Live. Yep.
All righty.
Oh, there you
Hey.
Guest host. There we go.
Live.
This is the live stream with a buzz.
That's
Yeah.
right. Loving the buzz. Now, everyone on the panel, you better have your costume on. That's all I gotta say.
Hold on. Here's mine.
That's right. There's my costume right there.
Yeah, I'm here. Like I said, I'll be here for about 20 minutes, and I got to take a shower and get out of here.
Well, I'm still Kenny. If there's a free bar, I would be there an hour early just in case.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a big drinker, so it doesn't matter.
Not a big drinker.
No.
What?
I'm a big guy. I'm not a big drinker.
Hold on, Brock. What's he talking about?
I have no idea.
Let's see. I don't get that either. Jeez.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw me with a beer? Seriously.
I know. We've never seen you with a beer.
I know. You know, holidays and parties.
It's on my bucket list when I meet you. To get a beer.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You did have a beer when we were at the brewery.
Yeah, no. Craft beer. Oh my God, I'll be there all day.
What do you think this is?
Oh yeah.
Well, we haven't seen you with a mullet, but the night is young. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Abel. Hello, Abel.
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
All righty, man. That
Let me
house
do this,
is
Kenny.
filling. Hi,
There you
Al.
go.
Hi, John. My brothers from another mother.
Yeah.
Max and 10. Wow. Everybody's here. Hello.
Al, hello.
Bruce.
John, yeah.
And Bruce. Yep.
Oh,
That was for you, John. He has to
John?
see my stinger.
Ooh. Ooh. John, you're bad. You're
I got-
bad. You're
I got
bad.
wings.
I don't care what everybody else says. You're bad, John.
risky business.
Yeah. There we
Risky-
go.
Oh, there you go.
All righty. And it wiggles. All righty.
Anyway, like I said, everybody, I'll be here for about maybe 20 minutes, and then Stella can take over, and I'll be on my way to New York City, and maybe I'll chime in and see what happens. But I
I
gotta,
have to plug in a fan. It's getting warm out here.
next week they said here 80 degrees for
No,
Halloween.
Stella, it's getting warm in there.
In the beehive.
In the beehive.
Uh-oh. Customers at the flea market. Are you selling, buying? What are you doing, Pete?
Yeah, he's a knife sharpen guy.
Oh, okay.
All right. Open a
Cool.
window.
Right.
Open the door.
Hey, Peter.
So how is everybody this week?
Very good.
Good.
Fan freaking tastic.
Stella, do you have all your things ready to go? Your what is it? Who's it? Dingus? No, not yet.
But,
You're gonna wear
Hank,
that. You're gonna wear
Hank,
that when the kids come to the door, though, right?
Exactamundo.
Okay.
Oh,
I won't do that yet, though. Okay.
What was it?
Just seeing if it still works.
I got a what is it?
What is it? Nice. Compression?
Yeah, I got it today. Mine
Does
took
it
a
have
crap
the Schrader valve on the end of the hose?
On the end of the hose, does it have a
Is there a Schrader valve at the end of the hose where you
And
screw
with
it
a
in?
spark plug end.
Otherwise, bring it back if it don't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does.
Otherwise-
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Who makes that?
Wing wang.
Innova.
Bruce.
Wing wang. Well,
Innova.
my other wing wang one took a dump on it. Everything cannot have 90 psi that I test.
Oh,
Well, I
Everything.
broke down and bought the Mighty Vac one, and it was like 5 points higher, I think, than the cheesy one that I got. And the really old cheesy one from Harbor Freight was like 15 pounds off. So even though it
Yeah.
had the right,
That's the one that I just threw in the trash this morning.
Kenny,
Right.
why'd you
Well,
Oh, that
I
wasn't me. That was automatic. I don't know what the hell happened there.
well, I was helping a friend in South Carolina on a recent trip, and I went to Harbor Freight and bought him a compression tester, and I bought the Maddox one, and it had
Yeah,
a
that's like
whole
the Harbor Freight one, right? The Harbor Freight.
Well,
Maddox.
but their Maddox tool line is actually one of their better brands. I don't know. Anyway, it had like a whole set of little spares in there, and it had the valve, it had like 4 or 5 valve stems, but one of them was gold colored and all the others are like nickel plated. And I'm like,
I think that's what
what is the difference between those? Does
I have no
anybody know
idea.
why?
Yeah,
why do
I
we-
know exactly what the difference is.
Color.
Yeah.
Please
exactly.
tell
Thank
me.
you. It's the
Color.
color. It's the color.
Please
One's
tell
gold,
me. I
one's
want to
silver.
know.
No,
Yeah,
it's the color. That's
Wait,
it.
Klaus, while you're on there, did you see the thing I posted that 0W8 oil now? 0W8. I never heard of that.
He was just mean. I sent him away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gonna be mean, huh?
No, I'm
Go
not going
ahead.
to. Not to you, Stella.
Push those buttons, man.
No, not to you. Some of the others here may.
Yeah,
It wasn't me. I didn't do
He's
that.
got the power.
I got this tester from AutoZone today, so
Yeah.
maybe it might
Yeah.
be better than Amazon.
I
don't know.
actually never thought about that thing about, because I got this cheapo version too. If it's off, but then again, I mean, for the engine side, we're going 50 or 60, same old. Honestly, I don't. If it's a 120 or 128, it doesn't matter to me. It really
Yeah.
doesn't.
It's gonna
Well,
go.
Well, the
Either
thing
go
is,
or
I
not
think when
go.
they go bad, they're always lower than what they're supposed to be.
Yes.
You
I
know,
have
so-
noticed. I have killed off one cheapo version after I put oil in the cylinder to try and raise compression, and then I put it in, and it dumped oil into the. It doesn't like that.
Yikes.
I was going to add a little.
I don't like that.
I was going to add a little point of advice. Every time I use my compression tester, I take the hose off, I push in the Schrader valve, and I blow air through that hose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And that's smart. That's smart,
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah.
That's actually smart.
You don't
Kind
put
of
oil
like
in the
test
gauge.
it, right? Yeah.
Oh, what is this
Hey,
dumb?
there's
cow-
John.
what- is
He's
this
great.
dumb?
Early
dumb-
in the
He's green screening.
John Deere.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Klaus, did you answer
Oh, top secret,
Kenny's,
Bruce.
So, sorry, Hank.
did you answer Kenny's question?
Kenny, on what?
Oil.
Oil.
Oh,
If
great.
I've seen it, yes, I've
08.
seen it. Yeah, it exists.
I need
Yeah,
some more coffee. I'll be right back.
some Hondas and Toyotas run on that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Run on what
I think
stuff? I missed that.
It's 0W8
8.
oil.
Oh,
Can you-
mine is on
can you hear me?
0W.
Yeah, we can
We
hear
can
you.
hear you, John, but
Okay.
you look green.
20, I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of pukish today. Oh,
Oh, they make a big.
I don't know what's wrong with my
Hey,
stupid
Mike.
camera. It wouldn't work last time. Won't work this time. Maybe I should try to check it out in between times.
Mr. Green Jeans.
You think?
Yeah,
These
clash
days,
with my brown jeans.
But I'm just glad it's not a brown screen.
Yeah, no doubt.
Brown screen.
Oh, Simone, did you weld with that box today or not?
What? Hold on. Hi, Simone.
Hooked on Classics. She got that box.
Yeah.
Pickle.
I want to know how she did with it.
John, what's going on?
I don't know
Seriously,
what's
his
wrong with it.
camera is messed up. I don't know.
I've unplugged it, plugged it in, tried to go to settings, and it's still just
Green with envy.
Well, you were.
it's
You were
acting
there
like
last
Lisa.
week.
Doesn't want to cooperate.
That's a good one.
Okay.
The voice of the Green Lagoon.
It keeps tripping. It keeps tripping, Ken. The box.
We said that.
Yeah.
Too many amps.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, too few amps on the.
Yeah, really, too few amps of.
Too few amps on the breaker.
That's really good English. That's really good English. Too few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't use the toaster while you're welding.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
and then if you have a cheap welder, you just know those things suck up so much more juice than they
I know.
need to.
I was just going to say, it's very depressing getting that little printout. How many,
Yeah.
what item in your home,
Yeah.
does what. I'm like, well, we don't even need a refrigerator then.
That's right.
I have a really Wuhan Model 1, welder, and once in a while, when I let go of the trigger, it pops the circuit breaker. For reasons unknown to me. I mean, somebody can probably come up with a long story why that is, but I'm telling you, I am not short on power. It's just it creates some sort of noise spike.
Yep.
And it's the most annoying thing because you go, hey, I'm hell on this, and all of a sudden the whole thing goes. Poof,
The breaker is the breaker on the machine or is it on the wall?
It's on the wall.
Okay.
Well, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah. But the break on the machine doesn't do jack. It's just there. It's
a short.
Yeah. And,
well, the person to ask is Bruce. He knows all about that.
I know, but I've already I have a good friend that's an electrician by trade.
Good thing to have a friend like that.
Yes, sir. And he says, well, you just bought your welder too cheap. And then he laughs and walks out. Like, oh.
Was it like coils, right? Yeah.
There's something in there that creates a spike or something that just trips the breaker. Because I got 400 volts, 16 amps. That will run anything. And then I take, Bruce, correct me here if I'm wrong. You take one of the faces off. You can take one of the faces off. So I only got 230, but 16 amps. And the thing requires 230, 13 amps. So I got plenty of, and there's nothing else on that thing unless the compressor is running, and it doesn't run that often. Well, so there's something in that cheapo welder that.
Well, it is using a lot of startup current. I mean,
that you know what? That's what I thought first, but it's actually when I let go of it.
Huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's like a jolt. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm going there. All righty, I'm making the right sparks, I think. And I let go. It goes off. And it's I don't know.
Well, it still could be the capacitor. Either way, right, Bruce? Right.
I think somebody just paid too little for it.
Just bottom line.
Well,
it
may be the same welder that we would sell here in Canada.
Or two.
Hold on. Go again.
One.
John, talking to me?
Go again.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, we're talking to John here.
Oh, I was like, which looks better, one or two?
Well, now we're
one or two.
Two.
Okay, we're gonna go with one then.
Well, hold on.
John,
maybe I should go one.
I think John discovered a new button today.
John, one.
Yeah, the start, stop, cam button.
Yeah.
John, 1 is green and 2 is your still photo.
Yeah.
Your mugshot.
I was seeing it.
I know. I don't see the measuring height lines on the left there. Well, where are those?
That's from like 2 or 3 years ago. 2 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So, are we going to do the what did we do this week round or?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Me, I tore my shoulder out of my socket just about. After the second time, I put that
you stung somebody
quantum engine back together because I had to replace the starter pull cord. I put that on and I pulled and I pulled and I pulled and I pulled and I pulled, and it had great spark.
Were you yanking it?
And it and it would just pull and it would go pull. Like it was like farting is what it was doing, and I was like,
I ate one of my farts.
I know. And so I'm like, this is it.
So is that the one with the sheared key that you put in?
Yes. And I said, because it had really strong spark, and I was like, okay, well, obviously it has great spark just at the wrong time. And so I took it all apart completely again, and then I sent a picture to the guy, and I said, I said, have you loaned this lawnmower out to anyone? Because when he dropped it off, he says, man, it runs great, starts first pull every time, in the broken, pull cord. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And he says, oh, yeah, I did loan it to my neighbor a couple of times. I'm like, don't ever do that,
Mhm.
you know. And because here's the other clue to the mystery, it was overfilled with oil, and I had serviced it like, I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and the oil looked really clean-ish, and it was way overfilled. I was like, I don't do that, and so obviously whoever used it hit whatever they hit, because there's no dings on the blade. I guess they hit a stump, something soft.
Yeah.
So they hit a stump,
Oops.
and
Something soft.
what do you do when you hit a stump? Add oil. Right?
Yeah.
So
Soothes the pain.
yeah, Susan Payne. So yeah, so and I said, well, don't ever do that again. but the crankshaft is just a teeny tiny bit bent, not much. It's hardly off. I mean, I put a crosshair right on the bolt, and it moved up like like 1/8 of an inch or something. Let's see, for you guys across there, that would be like 3 millimeters.
3 millimeters.
Yeah.
Not much at all. Not much at all. So yeah, that was my fun.
Did you get it running?
Yeah. I got it running, and that reminds me of something else, which I'll touch on a little bit later after we go around here. And actually the really bad part was when I had it on its side. I'm trying to turn the blade over to see where that little crosshair is, and of course I turned the blade over and oil shot out the carburetor, like for the breather tube, and it was like going. It would go gloop, and shoot out the top. Oh, I can't keep doing this. So anyway, yeah. So I drained the oil out of it, out of the wrong side. So anyway,
Yeah, it happens.
First pull though, fires right up. Shocking.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Hank, what's up, man? What are you doing?
Oh,
I'm just going right across.
this week, two handheld leaf blowers, one backpack blower. Let's see, one hedge trimmer, a snow blower, and a generator.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
That's a lot of work.
You've
I was
been
just
busy.
winterizing them.
and one push mower. Is what I did is I drained the gas and put in aspen fuel.
That works.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
that way I can get rid of the stuff that I'm not going to be using for the winter. Put that away. It's full of aspen and doesn't have to get drained. Anything
Have
that
you,
I use,
have you-
like a snow blower or generator, it's
Have you-
already primed.
Have you done a video of you checking out your snowblower that you put aspen in last year and see if it still starts?
That's a good
Well,
idea.
yeah, I did. I didn't do a video on it, but yeah, it started.
All right.
Yeah, that aspen is a good fuel to use for putting it away or having it long term in the shed or whatever.
generator.
I mean,
But I also finished up my carport and put in all kinds of racks in there. I've been busy beaver this.
Autumn is
Yeah.
a busy, autumn is a busy time.
I gotta hit it. I gotta go. I will talk to you guys
Take
later
care,
on.
Yeah,
Ken.
Ken.
Have fun.
enjoy, Ken.
I'll
Enjoy.
probably be,
Wedding.
I'm waving.
Once
I'm
we-
waving. Can
Oh,
you see
is
it?
it? It's a
Once
wedding,
we-
Ken? I didn't know.
Yeah, once we Manhattan at 6:00. So
So it's a wedding, though, right? Is it a relative?
it's a wedding, but it's more of a cocktail reception wedding. It's
Oh, nice.
they're in their mid-30s, whatever
Oh,
financial.
it's always nice when a man finds guidance.
Yeah, so I'll probably chime in when I'm on the road. I'll talk to you. Thank you, Stella. Bye.
Bye.
Drive safe.
Yeah.
All
John,
right.
what were you saying? Sorry.
Oh, that was like 40 seconds ago, and I forgot.
Oh, right. Move
I
on.
see you
Fella, Move on. Move on.
Yeah,
I read
Wait.
a comment and lost my track of thought.
and you don't
I
drink
hate
much.
it when that happens.
And he doesn't
Yeah.
drink very much. Just on
Yeah,
cruise.
I'm only having coffee right now. Ooh,
Yeah, me too.
hard stuff.
Me, I'm having a bubbly right now because I have to go to a concert after this.
Bubbly
so.
for the
All
bumblebee.
right.
Oh,
Concert.
concert.
Oh,
concert.
that's cool.
With who?
Bubbly for the
Who
bumblebee.
is it?
It is the local symphony. My niece plays in there. She plays second fiddle, And
Oh,
I'm
right.
contemplating whether I should wear this because they are doing a Halloween themed sort of
Oh, you should.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
wear this to the
Definitely.
symphony. What do you think?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
work.
with the
It'll,
glasses too, by the way. Yeah.
And it would be second violin, not second fiddle.
Yeah.
Well, I like to say second fiddle,
Fiddle.
but
Depends on how far south you go, I guess.
well, essentially, we were talking about that earlier because Kenny asked me about my former life, and I was saying that Ishtok Perlman calls his violin a fiddle. He calls it a fiddle all the time, so it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. I mean, it's kind of interesting.
Sorry, I apologize so much.
Oh, Michael, I don't know where you're from, but we have this thing called Halloween here. And I'm a bumblebee, not a wasp.
And I'm ready for it. All I need now is for Anita to go get me a pumpkin I can put on the porch, on the front door. So all the kids come up. I have so much sugar, I'm gonna load them up.
Load them up, man. Load them up.
Now, those parents are gonna
Load 'em up.
regret. They're gonna regret that they sent those kids out because there's be so much sugar in their bloodstream when they leave here. It's not even funny.
So I've lived here for 3 years. We have not had one
No,
trick or treater. No.
I love it. I mean, I
They're
love it.
all
And once in a while, there'll be this little kid, and his parents has been talking to him about it for like 2 weeks. He doesn't want to go, but he kind of likes the candy, and he has to dress up, and he's right at my front door, and I just give him double.
Right on.
You know, I mean, that's just hey, you put in an effort, buddy. Here's
Well,
double.
You know, we're on a corner lot, and there's a business next door to us, and then there's just one house down the road, and that's it. But I'm like, in our old house in the city, I mean, I would have like smoke machine, because I'm a DJ. I would have my smoke machine out there and all the lights and all the goblins and everything. I sold every single one of them since we've been here because I don't have the trick or treaters no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you have creepy music?
Oh yeah. I had speakers outside. All the neighbors used to come over for drinks, and it was pretty cool. Yeah.
So what you do all week?
House on Halloween.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I'll
what
be
do you-
outside going,
What you do all week, Brock?
Yeah. Oh, week. So I got this little Yamaha 50 back here, and I think someone's been in there. So you know how that is.
Yes, you're probably right.
Fiddle Fairy.
Yeah.
Fiddle fairies.
So
Yeah.
it's my wife's co-worker's grandson's little bike, and it's very in very good shape, but it's falling out the plug so bad it looks like a big ball of soot on top. And so I'm like, okay, for one thing, I've already cleaned the carburetor, and the fuel that was in it looked like orange juice. So
Nice.
yeah, and so I'm kind of like going through that. I got the clean carb, put it back on. I did do a video on it, but it has not been posted yet.
Yeah.
But
I got lots of those.
it's not it's not running right. So it doesn't have a rev limiter on it. One of those. It's because it's a youth bike.
See, Brandon says check the reed valves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to check the valves next
But
because
but a blowback from a reed valve wouldn't deposit, would it? It wouldn't deposit on the.
no, it's more like a fuel issue. But I noticed that when I was cleaning the carburetor, it's a Chanda carburetor. I
But
think,
you could
and
have
I
a
want to know
cracked-
where the original carburetor is.
You could have a cracked or a warped reed as well if
Yeah.
it is a reed valve intake.
Yeah.
So
So
obviously
you can
check those,
you can reshape those reeds. I'm sure
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
some of them you can.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like in the middle of the video, actually, but it's really frustrating because I do not like. Oh, they had it to 2 shops here,
Uh-oh.
and I'm like, what is going on? 2 shops can't figure it out. So it's going to be pretty exciting when I do get it up and running for
They
her.
don't want to figure it out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because they're like, oh, don't send it to a YouTube guy. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see.
Yeah, just
Because
replace
we
them.
do
They're
get
cheap.
kind of flack from those those shops, don't we? We get a lot of flack from those shops.
Yeah, but
Gets my flaking
it
butt.
depends on who the YouTube guy. No, it depends on who the YouTube guy is. If it's a 12-year-old kid with a dog barking in the background, and you know, or is an old wily guy that
Your
lives
old
in the
guy
country.
was goes to Mexico every year.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I gotta say,
Just kidding.
people on this panel, they know what they're doing, you know. So, yeah.
Not on everything,
Well, look
but we
at-
have a sense.
Yeah.
Look at Greasy Shop Brad, right? He basically works in a shop all the time, all day long, but yet still he makes videos, you know, of what he's doing.
That's like
So-
overtime.
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah. So you can't say a YouTuber because, you know, the people that are doing this work probably working in some shops too, you know?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of them are.
It's
Look at BSS Small Engines, right?
exactly. It's like, listen, you know, we're not just YouTubers. We're also people that know what we're doing too. So
Yeah, I've been watching
Yep.
individualized repairs. He works in a shop and films while he works. He's really
Yeah.
really good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, you know, and
Well-
if you're the shop owner, you can get away with that. If you were working for another shop, you know, I'm sure
They may
that
not
might
like.
be-
Yeah.
Good approval.
Yeah, they might not
Keep
like
going.
that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just ask them.
Cut him in on the profit.
Well, especially if you're shady, like, you know, we told him it was,
Yeah.
you know, one of those. But
Well,
yeah,
look at
I also
Sarah.
I got my first $100 from YouTube.
Good for you.
Well, congratulations.
Wait,
That's a
mine.
huge step.
Huge. Hey,
It is big.
I could have thought it was 5,000. I was so
Oh, I
excited.
know.
I was
I
so
think I
excited.
got, yeah. Mine was just over 100 the first time too.
Yeah.
20 cents and I'd be happy.
I would.
Well, it's funny because the very first day I got monetized, I got 99 cents.
Really?
Well, they send you that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, they
send that
Forward
to
to confirm
yeah,
your bank
yeah,
account.
they sent like a 25-cent thing to my bank. I'm like,
Your
What is
bank
that?
manager laughed.
3 years, 25 cents.
That's right. You know,
And then-
we're
Did
in
your
the
bank
moment.
call you
It's a
giggling?
necessary hurdle.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right, John, what have you been working on?
Yeah.
Spill it. Spill the
Well,
beans.
let's see. I had a couple of pressure
Well,
washers
no, we
earlier.
can't see. That's the problem.
I'm sorry. Let me try it again. Let's hold on.
No, John, I'm just giving you shit.
You're gonna have to log
No.
right out.
No, it goes all green.
Yeah, I don't know
You're gonna
why
have to
it's
log
doing
out and log back in again.
that. The my fun this week was that Predator generator, the 6,500 watt generator,
Ooh.
the one that the choke stop had broken and it ran on choke most of the time,
Ooh.
and it was the carburetor was clogged up, got it all cleaned up. Oh, no compression.
Is that wind coming from somewhere?
Pardon?
I hear a wind. Sorry.
Maybe my fan I have going. Let me turn it. the
No,
other way.
it's probably my fan. I'm going to have to disrobe here real soon
How is
because
it?
it's hot.
How is it now?
Just
You guys
Wait,
got
how do you hear the fan now?
No, mine is pointed right at me. So, though it's not pointed at the mic.
Do you
it's-
still hear it?
Sorry, I brought that up.
Do you still hear it?
No, it's gone.
Okay, I turned my fan the other way, so.
Okay.
There you go.
But
Fan?
so I pulled the valve cover and it dropped the exhaust valve.
Oh.
So I was like, So I got the spring back on it and everything. And still no compression. So I pulled all the crap off the motor, pulled the head, and there was a dent in the top of the piston, and the exhaust valve was bent
Yikes.
Whoa.
at the valve itself.
Ooh.
Well,
Did you
Well,
machine
have
it?
have you tried to find a Harbor Freight Predator valve anywhere lately?
Not yet.
yes.
Oh my
They
God!
are. Yes,
Good
they
luck.
are. I think they're $199. They're really come in a big box, and it looks like this.
Generator.
It's like a generator, huh? Yeah. But
Yeah, just put a
I
whole new
hunted
engine
and
on
hunted.
there.
I was like, they don't have. I can't find them.
Uh,
I'm
And
telling you,
No.
comparably, it looked like the maybe the Honda.
160.
Well, no, the Honda motor that's the equivalent to the Predator's motor, the
I
301
thought
cc.
GX.
thought Harbor Freight had a parts department.
Yeah, it would be a GX. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, I didn't know.
GX 127, GX 270.
270.
But I
Well, it's a
couldn't
6,500
find
watt. Right?
out if the valves were the same size or not because I couldn't find any diagrams on the Harbor Freight Predator valve. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So there's Francis. Afternoon, Francis. I tried to email you back and it kept failing, so I don't know what's wrong with it.
It's like your
But
camera.
yeah, no doubt. But so and the valve wasn't just kind of bent, it was a lot of bent. It was pitiful. So I worked on straightening the valve out for about an hour and finally got it to where I was happy. The seat was still good. It was non-damaged. Got the lapped the valves, had a good ring around it. And I also did the fuel test where I turned the head upside down and closed the valve and put fuel in the trough, and it held every bit of it. Not one drop leaked. Put it all back together and it fired right up and ran great.
You're the man.
So she was happy. She got her generator back.
So what did you do to straighten the valve? Did you machine it? Or did you
No, it's
beat the hell
called
out of
ball
it with a
peen
hammer?
hammer and a vise.
Yeah.
And a white marker to mark. I put it in my drill and spin it around.
Yeah.
And just let it touch and then try to counter adjust it.
Yeah.
And I got as close as I could, which I guess worked.
That's old time repair, that is.
I've got a small engine related question. What the devil made it bend in the first place?
Well, if you'd have seen how carboned up that head was, I
Okay.
guess I don't know how long they had ran. They're not the smartest generator owners to start with.
Okay. Yeah.
I know that I've known this family for years, and there's no
Easy,
telling how long
easy. I told them to log in.
I'm trying to be nice. I didn't say any bad words. And they got to get a computer first, Bruce. But
oh goodness gracious!
So I think they just ran it as long as they could with the choke on.
Yeah.
And it was so thick in the inside of that head on top
so
of
it
that
touched.
piston.
Yeah.
And I think it finally bothered the exhaust valve and
Popped off the retainer.
And got where it didn't need to be and bent it when the piston slapped it.
You are the man.
It had I was very, very shocked when it cranked. I promise you. I was like, holy crap.
If it's going up and down like, 2 times a minute when you were putting it back together, it should go at 32 times a minute, right?
Right.
But I mean, guys,
3,200.
Even though you buy you buy a good engine, like Predator is pretty good engines, right? They do
they are. They're great.
But if you can't get parts for them, what are they worth? It's.
And I was frustrated trying to find a piston. I mean, a valve.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I just done a small one of those plate compactors.
Right.
100% Wuhan, all the way.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't find anything.
No.
I mean,
you got to be creative.
You do know, yeah, but do you know how long time it takes to find an intake gasket for an engine that you don't know what is?
Yeah.
Well, that's good that the valve had enough memory to go back,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the shed.
Wow. Hi, Steve. Yeah. But it's, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I have a love for companies that makes products that you 15 years later you can go order a part.
John Deere, man.
I know.
John Deere,
but there's a reason why they're still there.
and Stratton so far, Yamaha, Honda, but you pay for it. Of course you do.
You do.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
But I've had, just like you, John, I've had good luck rigging stuff back together. I've had good luck.
It's about 50-50 out in my shop.
Yeah,
Sometimes it works.
That's
Sometimes
about
it
right.
doesn't.
That's exactly right.
When it works, I'm like, holy crap, it worked.
Yeah. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I did run it. I did run it for about 40 minutes with the load just to make sure it wasn't going to keep
Yeah.
cracking
And then
out.
you give it back. Sorry, I don't want to say this, but I do. You give it back to the customer and they're back the next day.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. People asking me what's my best tool in the shop. I tell them super glue.
Yeah.
Well, super glue is fantastic stuff.
You know what? My favorite stuff is the gray.
JB Weld.
JB Weld, yeah. I love that.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Gas tank leaks.
Yeah.
For holding gaskets during assembly, and if you stripped out, one of those coarse threaded screws that goes to the plastic.
Yep.
Super glue.
Super glue.
Super glue.
When things.
I've had good luck with red Loctite too. I use that stuff on everything.
Yeah, red Loctite. It ain't coming out.
The only thing I use,
I put on a fuel line with that.
the only thing I use red Loctite on these days is, and I'm not actually quite sure if it works or not, but who's running the keyboard?
Who?
Me.
Is it that damn loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And I was
is.
speed typing too.
Oh,
I know
you
your
were talking to me.
pitch was not too hot, but your sound is perfect.
F
I
F
don't know.
F
I
space
realize
J
the
J
keyboard
J
well.
K space L L.
Yeah, well, you gotta have one or the other, he said.
I'll try to type quieter. Hang on. Let's see.
So, Doug, my answer to your question is I do not do that. I mean, and I think a lot of people who work in shops, they just, write down the part they need and they send it to the guy at the parts counter. So they're always churning out work. So, if somebody's going to come bring me something because they want to save money from a shop, I'm not going to charge them that kind of money. But that's me.
We have a saying here that's directly translated. It doesn't make any sense, but I'll try it anyways. It's called swings and carousels. What you don't make on the swings, you'll pick up on the carousels. And it's I mean, not every some customers will pay full tilt because you need that money for the customer. That you get one of those stupid ones where you spend too much time on it and you can't charge it.
Right.
And it's every shop's, I think every shop's issue.
Right.
And if it's my turn to talk about what's been going on, I've had one of the classics.
You did. I saw that lawnmower.
But that's not the one. I did a chainsaw today. The brand Partner?
Yes, it's made by. It's a Pioneer.
Well, it's actually a Partner because it's made in Sweden in 1998.
Well, that's still modern.
And that's before Husqvarna made it their cheap brand for like McCulloch and that crap. But it's a 1998 saw. It's 26 years old. Guy brings it in and says it won't run when it runs full throttle. It 4 strokes. I said, okie dokie. Are you sure you want it fixed? And he goes, yeah, I really love this saw. It's got great compression and yeah. So I take the carb apart. I don't go through my normal routine of taking off the muffler because the muffler screws are so rusty. I'm not sure the 8 mil even fits. And I do the carb. It's a Sama, regular Sama, and it's good. It tastes good, and the thing runs now. It won't idle for too long. So you got a leak somewhere.
Stuck it in somewhere.
And this is one of the things that gets me at my shop because I hate these jobs. I called the guy up and said, you know what? It runs now. It'll go full tilt, no problem. It won't idle for too long. He says, oh, but that's not a problem. I said, it is.
Yeah.
because you don't know how long that's going to be. Maybe next week it won't idle, or it won't throttle up.
Yeah, and chainsaws are tough because if you crank up the idle just to keep it running, then the chain starts to spin.
And even if you do that, it'll still.
Was it a shaft steel plows?
No, probably shaft seals or maybe even cylinder seals. Somewhere there's a leak.
Intake gasket, anything.
The problem is for me is that it's not good economy to fix it.
Yeah.
Because the guy can go and buy himself a brand new whatever saw for the amount it's going to cost me to fix it for him.
Right. And I go through that with this chainsaw video I put out recently. People are like, well, I'd have fixed that thing. Well, it was not my choice, I gave the guy the choice.
Can I fix it? Oh yeah, I can fix it.
Absolutely.
But once I fixed it and the guy paid
more
$200, $250, you'll still have a chainsaw from 1998.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it does,
some
depending on how
stuff-
much he uses it, because
Right.
I mean, he can go buy himself a new saw, maybe add a little money on top, get 2-year warranty, and it'll run great. I mean, if he uses that premix fuel, it'll run for the next 5 years with no issues. And here I am with his saw that I can charge. I hate those situations. I really do. It's not fun because I don't want to stand there giving him back a half-assed job, which I just did.
Good for you.
I told him I did because it won't idle for very long.
Right.
That means it has a leak. You should fix the leak, but it's too expensive for him to fix the leak for a 1998 saw.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
that's the same year as my truck.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Yeah.
more depressing about the story that 1998 was so long ago, or the saw was a piece of crap. You know?
But the saw is a good saw. It's a really good saw. It's back in the day when partner was made in Sweden, which makes it equal to an older John Charade or Husqvarna. It's a really good saw, all metal, all everything, and it's got a SAMA carburetor. It's simple to work on, and everything is great. But for me to take it apart and change the
The cylinder,
cylinder.
Well, and the only time I think, or I've found people that want to spend that kind of money is when there's some sort of sentimental value. It was my father's chainsaw, and absolutely,
Exactly.
but I still give the customer the choice. I'm just going to say, here it is. You can buy a new one for this.
So do you remember the steel saw that I did on my show that I totally replaced the cylinder and the piston and everything?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the reason why I did that, because it was the person's dad that passed that was his saw. Because I told her, I was like, hey, I'm not doing this. This is not going to be worth it. She goes, well, it was my dad's saw. I'm like, if you buy the parts, I'll do it.
I had a guy. Sorry, John.
I just said, put the guilt trip on you.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I had a guy.
You sold it on eBay, right? Yeah.
I had a guy a couple of years ago. He came in with an very older Lawnmower saw. And he said, can you fix this? I said, I can't, but you don't want me to.
No.
And he says, you know what? This saw was inherited from our dad. And every year, my brothers and I would meet up at our summer house that our dad built. And it's like, I said, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I'll fix it, but it will cost you. And he says, you know what? I don't care. I want this saw to be able to run once a year when I meet my brothers. And said, you got a deal.
That's very cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And I fixed it, and it was good as new, but it cost him almost twice as much as a cheaper steel or Husqvarna saw. He didn't care. He was happy. He flashed the money and says, "Thank you very much," and he left. That's cool. But the one I had today is like, and I told the guy, if you're not happy with the sword, don't blame me.
Right.
Because I offered you to fix it right, but the money is an issue. You don't want to throw good money at bad money, and that's what he would be doing.
Yeah.
He says, well, how long does it idle? I said, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. It's good enough for me. I'll work it.
You'll just rev it up.
He'll just rev it. As long as it revs up, he's happy,
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the highlight of my week. So
They used to make a great demo saw. I mean, in a construction field, that's all we had out there,
You're talking
partners,
about your mouse not moving.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny.
Ventriloquist.
Hank, you're kind of frozen.
You're still.
Again?
Again.
Yes. We can
We
hear
had
you
to
just
run into-
fine. You're just sort of stuck.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, we had to run to the store.
And you don't look too happy. So
Somebody
you're
check it
kind of scaring us here, Hank.
Yeah.
I don't know. John must be doing something in my video or something.
I don't know. John's video sucks as it is. You know, we
Yeah.
got the still picture.
I'm halfway through a video right now. It's only been 2 years.
John's picture's like, I just won something from my Chevrolet. I'm a happy person. You know, that's the picture John's got on there. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'll be right back. I know you can't see me waving, but I'll be right back.
So what about you, Bruce? What you got?
Well, it's interesting, just to add a little piece of what Klaus was talking about. I had a guy come in. The Honda mower used to belong to his dad. Transmission was shot. And he just said, fix it. So it was $675 to fix an old lawnmower.
Yeah, well,
I had to do other stuff too. And he just said, oh, thank you very much. Shook my hand and off he went.
Yeah.
And he's a pilot. So he brought in his own oil, which I don't normally like doing, but it was some kind of an aviation oil that he used, you know, when he flew. And I think he still flies. And I used that. And it stunk. It kind of stunk, actually.
Almost like gear oil.
Hold on. Oil. What was it, Bruce? What
I don't know.
No,
it was some kind of a synthetic, you know what? Nobody likes that stuff.
Thick stuff.
But aviation, they all use single grades, those bastards.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted, so I did it.
Well, hey, customer's always right?
Yep. So you know how we were talking in the intro about doing all kinds of stuff? I was a vacuum cleaner mechanic yesterday.
No, that's pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's, you know, vacuum cleaners aren't like the old, you know, deluxe days. Like these are. I wasn't performing that well, so I opened up the top, and you know the bag was full, but it had started leaking into the area outside the bag. So that means the dust had gone through the motor fins and then out the top of the.
Yeah.
So I cleaned out all the dust, put it back together, put a new filter in it, wouldn't start. So then I went online and said, well, there's a thermistor in there that takes 3 hours to reset. So for heat, I know, I was online, right on the CL website. So I let it sit for 3 hours, nothing. So I started tearing it apart. This isn't very many. There's only 8 screws holding that together. The rest is snaps, pulls, and you know, like you got a big 14-inch screwdriver and you're twisting it.
Bruce, is the customer's name Trudy?
Yep. And so last night, after a couple beers, I'm in the garage. I don't normally drink when I'm working on stuff, but I can't kill myself with a vacuum cleaner. So I got everything apart, and I couldn't turn the little wheel that has the fins on it. I guess it would be just like the flywheel on a lawnmower, right?
Yeah.
And then finally, I got it moving. So I plugged it in, and by this time, it's not a start switch; it's a plunge switch that's inside the unit, right? Because it's, you know, this touches that, which touches this, which touches that. It fires up, and I'm like, yes. So yeah, that's what I did yesterday.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Good fix.
Yeah. Well, it's still out in the garage on the bench in pieces.
Oh, well then.
And I have to mow my leaves. I have to mow my leaves right after this because it's only going to be 2:00 when we're done, right?
When does the customer want it back?
Oh, well, weekly. That's WEAKLY.
Weekly, that's pretty good.
Actually, she wanted it back after the shop. She wants it back after the shop is closed.
Yeah. So anyway, and I'm still working on an old Quantum. I've had Quantums coming in this year. I've had like every second machine's a Quantum, which is just great. And last week we were talking about the push button. I had totally gone brain dead on the.
What happened?
Timer. Yeah, because I forgot it had a hole in it. Because all of them this year have been the automatic chokes, right? Because they're newer.
Yeah.
And then I after the stream last week, I thought, oh yeah, they all have the hole in it. So, here we go. That's my bit.
It's only the Intex that has a hole in it. The Quantums doesn't.
Yeah, the Quantum does.
They do?
It has a hole in the push button or in the primer bulb. Yeah.
Primer bulb.
They do?
Yeah. So
that's right. That's right. It's the classics that doesn't. And then
when I first got it in, I could actually start it. Well, I could get it. On that one, I did the old $1 million bolt clean, right? On the bolt jet, and the blade was upside down. So that's why they abandoned it, was they couldn't cut grass.
Hey,
Exactly.
Bruce.
Yeah.
We sold.
Hardly hear you. Your
Brett,
volume's terrible.
Brett, your mic is messed up.
It is. How
Yeah,
about
we
if
can
I
hardly
Yeah,
hear you.
you're like
Well,
you're in the
N-
other
no-
county.
no- you're
what if
kind of
there's
close
an
over the
adjustment
camp.
for that?
I don't
It
know.
sounds like there's some junk in your mic or something.
Some junk.
I don't know.
Junk in your trunk.
Is that any better?
Robert, what have you been working on?
No,
Where
No.
you
Turn
been
up
working?
your, just go to StreamYard and turn up your mic if you can.
Well, I'm using StreamYard just through the browser.
Yeah, just go into the settings or whatever and put your microphone up.
Robert, what have you been working on? Now you're frozen.
Yeah.
Robert is. I mean, Robert, this is your time to shine, and you're.
And
There we are.
There we go.
He's
There we
back.
Yeah,
Robert?
I'm trying to find a choke spring for this 8-horse industrial plus engine I pulled off that tiller because the choke is not closing.
oh,
It's got. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
yeah.
How's that?
Better.
A little bit better.
He left.
See, right here is the choke mechanism, but it's not closing the butterfly. Down
Well,
here is this is the throttle,
Yep.
and I'm trying to find that spring, but I can't. I don't know where to look.
So sometimes if you back off that nut a little bit, it won't have so much friction on there. So
Well,
is
the
there no
thing-
spring on there at all?
There's no spring because
Why
this.
not?
Well, it was like apparently it was like that when I got the tiller. The people owned it. It apparently quit running. Then they just left it sitting outside. But I said, let me get around to the other side and show y'all what I'm talking about. If
Go to
y'all,
Harbor
if,
Freight and get that big assortment of springs. I mean, a
Yeah,
spring.
buy a bag of springs.
Yeah, you know, it
see,
doesn't have to be the exact one. I don't,
but
You
see,
can always stretch it or shorten it either way.
Yep.
because you see that mechanism moving. It's
Yeah.
supposed to, that it's supposed to move that plastic piece to open and close the choke.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I'm like, and now this is how I'm operated.
There you go. All right. So
See, that's the throttle.
yeah.
But
That's working.
that somewhere is supposed to be a spring to connect to the choke butterfly, but I don't know where the fool it will
Well,
go.
Well, which one operates the governor spring?
The throttle.
So
This-
that's where you get your
uh,
backwards pressure at. So does it have to have a little bit of backwards pressure to choke out or no?
She's not to my one.
Well, I said
She's not to my.
what I need to do. I need to pull this off and show y'all the choke mechanism because it's got it covered up. I said I don't know what the spring went to because there was another.
Mechanism has a spring. It,
No, yeah, exactly.
It's got
Yeah,
a handle, right? You got a
Mhm.
handle for the choke.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's not opening and closing the choke butterfly. It's not touching the plastic piece at all. It's
Yeah.
too far away from it.
Well, the cord.
Well, you're
you
missing
gotta
a linkage or something then.
Yeah.
That's like I said. I got the tiller. I
you
let
look
it sit
at the
around for a
schematic?
while.
Did you look up a schematic
Yeah.
and see what's involved?
Well, this is
Blah blah blah. Oh man, it's been a long time since that's been on. I love it.
Yes.
All righty.
All
Yes.
A hole.
Okie dokie.
Oh.
I win.
Comments in the comments. Put them in the comments.
Oh crap! Type real quick. A hole. Oh, that didn't sound good.
John.
That's a hole, not a hole.
Ah.
Oh,
This is a quiet bunch.
Well,
It has
oh, is this the guessing question? Oh,
Yes. All right. Valve rocker. That's interesting. No.
it's not a. It's threaded right on.
Damn you,
Dan?
Damn you, bumblebee.
Dan, you are sort of on the right track. I mean, this is Halloween themed, in my opinion.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Dang it.
Is that
You
a
know.
spring or a screw on top?
It's a screw.
Screw.
Screw
Mm.
it. Screw it.
Wheel puller.
A Chinese. No, it is not a Chinese spark plug. But I kind of like that idea, though.
Does look like a rocker though.
It does.
Whoa, puller arm. That would be. Well, you know, it's funny. I found this on a page that would have had a puller arm on there. That's very interesting. Nope, not points.
Dang it.
Mm.
Penny farthing saddle. Oh dear. Well, there was something like that on the page too. I'm sorry.
Lucky.
No, wrong.
Okay.
Keep
Here's
on.
here's
Is
where
it
my
small, isn't it?
English.
It's a C clamp.
Yeah, that's what. This is where my
A
English.
So if you
clamp.
say it's Halloween related, it's going to be like a witch's crank or something like that.
It's
A
butter.
clamp. Huh.
Oh, that dang bumblebee. She's messing with you.
Stung us again.
Well, I've got more.
Hmm.
Nobody can tell us what this is. Come on now. Let's get creative.
Look at there's some vice grip marks on the bottom piece.
Yeah.
Looks like some kind of tensioner or something.
Mhm.
A tensioner. I like that.
Yeah. Stella, you're bad. You're bad. Your name ain't Meg, is it?
Mm.
No. A compressor. Huh.
Well, could be a spring.
Interesting.
Spring compressor.
Brett needs the link, Stella, if you got it handy.
Oh, wait a minute. He needs the link.
Yeah.
Well, he needs back up in the basement. I think.
Oh, he's in the basement. Yeah.
Oh, he's in the basement. Okay.
Here he is.
There you go.
Hey, you are.
Back, Brett.
Thank you, Stella.
That's better.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't
know
I don't
that-
see my screen is so small I can't see when people come in or out. So
You know what that kind of looks like, but I might
gotta
be way
ri-
off. It looks like that thing on a steel weed whacker that you adjust
Brett,
the slack
Brett,
for your
Brett,
What?
Brett, you gotta write it in the comments.
Well,
I give Brett a pass on this one.
All right.
But Brett, you're wrong.
okay, I'll take that. I was wrong when I typed it before. I said it was a muffkin, and I know that's not even right. That's not even a real word.
Yes, this is trick or treat today.
She's hinting.
Ow.
You turning tricks again.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I gave that up.
Okay. Good. Rehabilitated.
Oh,
You went back to pole dancing though, didn't you?
What the heck is that? Hey, can we ask questions and
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a gate lock.
Okay, what is it?
yeah.
Yeah, right.
On right to the point.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
what
right.
is it?
Don't beat around the bush.
Is it a tool or component?
Oh, yeah.
I would call it a tool.
All righty.
A tool of
It's a tool for working on small engines.
It's a tool for
Is it small
components.
engine related?
a barbed wire tensioner. Huh. It's not that.
Is it small engine related?
I can't really see a full picture of it because I got this tiny little screen. So
Oh, you're on the phone,
Sorry.
right?
Well, you're
Well-
SOL, Brett.
It wouldn't help, Brett.
It is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Klaus, it is not small engine related.
Well, the thing
Aha.
is broken. Well,
This
the
is
thing
why
is
I
broken.
don't-
It's got a hole in it.
That is why I don't get it.
An adjuster.
Aha.
It's got
It
something
is.
to do with.
It is a type of adjuster. I like that.
Adjuster.
Oh, I forgot to put it in the comments. I'm sorry. You can spank me later.
Oh, John, I'm sure you'd like that, wouldn't you?
No. I'll even let Miss
Different
Lisa
kind
do
of
that.
He gets enough spanking from Lisa.
That's right.
Tongue lashings.
Yeah.
They hurt.
That didn't sound
They
good.
hurt
Yeah,
worse than physical.
verbal spankings, right?
She
Oh,
made
Yeah,
me
they
go to,
hurt more.
she made me take her to Lowe's earlier for 2 hours.
They're a nice little Saturday there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
I
heck?
got to go put a storage cabinet together that goes in the utility room in a little bit.
Yeah.
See, small engine
Here in a
guys
little
can do
while, I
anything.
got something I want to show you guys. Something that's about $600, and then you'll have to guess what it is. But it's not
Right now-
small
But
engine related.
Right
so,
now, we have a bigger problem.
yeah, whatever this thing is.
Yep.
That's interesting. But that
What's
is
that?
not at all on the path that other people have been on here.
Looks like the front end of an old radio. Although that's not it, obviously.
So, how about?
How about I give up?
Bruce.
How about a hint?
Oh, come on! Witch's tooth. That's pretty good. You're right. You know, it is. That's interesting though. But I bet witches would have been involved in this. I think.
Oh,
Oh,
Just some voodoo stuff,
Oh.
some black magic
plot
tools or
thickens.
something.
a cauldron hook.
Cauldron hook.
No.
Thumb screw.
I love it when they do that.
Ding 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 ding
Klaus
ding
got
ding
it?
ding ding ding.
I did. Holy smokes! Is that a thumb screw?
It is a torture device.
There we
What
go.
goes in those?
It
bigger
is an
holes?
adjuster. It's an
Oh.
attitude adjuster. Yes, you guys were all around this. A tensioner. Yes. For Halloween. I'm telling you, man, I
Yeah,
looked
we
up.
should have guessed torture device.
You
Golly.
should have guessed. John, you know, it's funny because that is what I Googled. And oh my God, I like looked at some of this stuff. I'm going, all this medieval
Gruesome.
stuff. I'm like,
You were
going,
like, I got that one. I got that one. I got that
no,
one.
it was
I got
horrible. Oh my God. Some of the
need that
stuff.
Imagine the pain some of our forefathers have been through.
Oh, I
God.
know. It
I'll
is
tell you-
that was like, oh my God, that was the really, Sunday school one.
It had
Yeah.
2 holes. What would they stick in
right.
each
It
side?
sure was torture house.
Thumbs.
Well,
Oh, thumbs. Okay.
I guess, Stella, you got us.
I know. Well, I'll get you with some more in a minute. I'll bet.
Oh,
I don't know,
Hey.
but no, but you got
I
it,
was like,
Klaus.
that's what I was
did
Googling,
great.
Dan.
I'll tell you something that looked like torture to me. Thank God they don't use these in the medical profession
I'm watching a
anymore.
Mixed Mowers video.
What's
Dan
that?
The iron
Dan-
lung.
Oh, the
Dan
iron
Solo,
lung, yeah.
what the heck
The
is
which
a
one?
Yeah, I
medical
saw
twister?
those. It's used for cracking nuts. No, it is a ancient thumb screw, a torture device. That is what
Hey.
this is.
Hey, that means I won.
You
Yeah,
did.
you won.
What did I win?
A torture
I
device.
don't know. What do you want?
A smile?
Maybe to get put in that thing and we
Check.
can get a demo.
What's up, Bill?
Just like when you had your employee review and the boss had you in the office and he put you in the thumb screws.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Hmm.
right. All
I
right.
could just hear Terrell. And
Holy
today's video is gonna be on this. We're gonna
My-
put Ronnie in this.
My
Yeah.
week is gonna be all. I'm gonna be all like 2 inches taller. Like, yeah, I won this weekend. So
I won.
Yeah, I won.
What'd you win? Oh, I don't know yet, but I
I
won.
don't know yet. I won.
You won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
the man. I'm the
All
man.
right, it's worth it, Stella. That was a good one.
Bow, Anita. Bow.
Well, I won't ask her to do that.
I'm sure that'd go over real well.
No.
No.
We don't. Nah,
Class. Welcome to
nah.
Hobby Motor. Me and my black eye here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hobby Motor. This is
Yeah.
going to be a one-eyed show.
I swear it was work related.
It'd be, hi, welcome to Hobby Motor. And that's the only thing I'd understand from then on.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, that is actually a medieval thumb screw.
Where do you
Well, it might not be really
That-
medieval.
That
but-
is the
And I guess when it got too tight, you put a screwdriver in one of those holes and twist it even further.
Oh my
I
god.
think so.
Or a stick
I kid
But where
you
does
not.
the thumb
Some of
go?
those pictures I saw, it was disturbing.
in the top
When
upper
you
half.
go look up, you know,
That's
torture
good.
devices.
I'm
It
good.
must be pretty
Stella,
small.
thank
It
you.
must be pretty small then.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, what did they do? Hitchhike? They deserve that kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was probably like, I don't know, people that were like, I mean, they didn't call it shoplifting back then, but you know, people who just,
Oh yeah,
you
stealing.
know, were stealing, you know, it just doesn't look at all comfortable to me. Well, none of those things
No, it
did.
doesn't.
It almost looks like you could convert it to a wheel puller or something.
Yeah. right after it crushes your thumbs, you can just pull them right out.
What?
So does your thumb go in like the left or the right hole?
No,
Just
your
in the
your
top
thumb
part,
your thumb goes in the
and it
top,
screws upwards. It goes
the
up.
and you
little loop on the top?
like sort of like tighten that wing nut until
Yeah.
till it breaks your knuckles.
Man.
I don't understand that at all.
You see
And
the
then-
two.
and-
You see the wing nut, and above it
Yeah.
you have the two holes and
Yeah,
the
so-
arches.
Yep.
Your thumbs go through the two holes where the
Oh,
arches,
both thumbs.
and then
Yeah,
they
both
screw
thumbs.
the butterfly upwards.
Eek.
All right, I got one for you here.
Please don't let it be
But
a
it's-
torture device.
No. Listen,
Okay.
I'm gonna open it up and show you.
A motor.
Partially right, but what is it? What's it to?
Looks like a pump.
A pump.
That's that $600 pump that I need for my boiler, brand new.
Woo!
Yikes. Woo.
Oh, when you gonna install it?
This next week, I got to drain the boiler tonight.
Yeah, you gotta drain it. Yep.
So
Take a
isn't that
guess at
something?
Take a
That's
guess
two-
by its size how many horsepower that is. You would think it's big.
No,
That
that's
looks
a
like
quarter
a
horse.
full
That's a quarter
horsepower.
horsepower.
No, it's smaller than that, Bruce.
Is that right?
That's
Four?
probably
1/8.
12th.
Wow.
All right. Must be well made.
Yeah, well, the pump head on it's cast iron.
Mm.
That's an old Bell and Gotham
you know-
100 series pump.
So you know, okay, that's a $600 pump. That vacuum that I fixed last night is $600.
What was it?
And
A
it's just made out
Dyson?
of plastic, and it's got a stupid little tiny aluminum motor on it.
What was
Oh,
it?
it's a Dyson?
No, it's a CL.
CL?
Never heard of CL.
Yeah, they're a good brand too. They're expensive. They're like $1,200 too.
Yeah, that's what my wife said. We paid probably $600 for it 3 or 4
No,
years.
you want the expensive ones. How about a rainbow?
Oh yeah, I knew somebody that sells the rainbow that uses the water to collect the dirt. $4,000 for that vacuum
Yeah.
cleaner.
Like the old Kirby's, right? You could use it
I
and
was
have
gonna
a
say
jigsaw in
Kirby,
the shaft.
Yeah,
Well, you
no,
can jack up a car with a Kirby.
no. Let me show y'all what my issue
stuff, eh?
is.
I got a Dyson, and I probably had it, I don't know, 12, 13 years.
Is Henry having a stroke?
And it and it works perfect. I love that thing.
I was making
But-
sure.
I really had a fit when my wife told me how much it was when we got it, but now I love that thing. Yeah.
Nah, I finally got that cover off.
You did.
But see, this is the choke butterfly.
You blow it up.
Mechanism.
Stella?
I'm working on it.
Make it bigger, Stella.
I got a teeny tiny screen here. I got to keep scrolling down.
There it is.
Now, see, this is the mechanism that operates the choke.
Yes.
Right.
Looks like it's broke on the end of it.
Something is broken off the
Yeah,
plastic
it's
part.
missing the hole where the choke lever goes.
Yeah. It's broken.
Right there where your finger was, it's broken off.
Yeah.
It's plastic. Yeah,
Yeah,
right on that side is broken.
Yeah, you feel the jagged edge there?
It should have another little piece, a little bit longer piece on there with the hole in it where you put the choke lever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it goes against that little metal piece, right?
Right.
It's a cam. It runs like a cam.
Yeah. So all you got to do is just
You'll
clean
just
up
have to pull out the butterfly.
You guys are
Pull
yelling
them
at
out. You'll pull out that thing, and you can probably get one off of another old carburetor. It's just a little
It's got a slot in it that the throttle, the choke plate snaps into. I'm guessing that's the Briggs and Stratton carburetor.
Robert, I'll show that cover real quick again.
I'm enjoying this. The no spill gas can. They don't exist.
Yeah.
So you see that flat plate right there rides against that, right? You see that flat plate? Yeah, it rides against that. So you probably just gotta loosen up that mechanism right there that goes back and forth. It'll probably be a lot easier.
Yeah, because this is the if y'all see
that is not that interesting. Let's see that carb again.
Yeah.
Brakes and scrap and Power Plus.
All right, so
you're missing a piece of plastic
on this end.
Yeah.
Well, it's the whole little axle that holds in the butterfly. So you have to take the screw out of the butterfly, get a pair of pliers, and pull it out, and then you can pull that. Then you have to replace that.
That carburetor, you can just yank it out there. No.
No screw. You just get a needle nose pliers and pull out that butterfly.
Yeah.
Hang on, close
just
it
make
again.
sure that when you put it back in, that big notch that you see on the right
It's
side,
not
make sure you
closing
use
right.
that.
You got to shove that plate. Oh, the plate's on backwards. Look, you see it?
Pull the plate out with a pair of pliers.
Around.
Let's see the plate.
Yeah, you see that?
Or just grab it with your fingers and pull the
right.
straight out.
Use your
teeth. Open it. Leave it right there. No, open it.
Brett.
Right there. Stop. Now grab the silver shiny part.
Yeah, grab that. Yep. Just smash
pull it
that out of
towards
there.
you.
Yep. Pull it straight out. You might need a pair of needle nose pliers.
Or good fingers.
Let me get.
Just watch when you lift that choke shaft out of there. You don't lose that little spring that closes it.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Let me get my needle nose pliers.
Man, finally we get to help somebody on this show, right?
Muted.
Yeah, live.
Hank, are you still here? Sound check.
Justin,
I'm working on my old Briggs and Stratton motor here.
No, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, you're in a kung fu movie right now.
No, he was unmuted. Just wasn't matching with his notes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Now you sound like that commercial. Can you hear me now? Good.
Like a Verizon commercial.
Tecumseh, if you take the butterfly linkage out, right, use that.
Yeah.
I got a real quick joke for you guys. It's clean.
Clean?
Yeah, it's clean. There was an elderly lady she was in a grocery store. She walked up to the counter. She had 3 cans of cat food, and the cashier says, "Ma'am, we can't sell that to you unless you can prove you got a cat, because we've had senior citizens that have been buying that for themselves." Well, the lady says, "Okay," so she leaves. She comes back with her cat, and they sell her the cat food. A couple days later, she comes back. She says, "I need a bag of dog food." And the clerk says, "Well, you got to prove you got a dog." So, again, she leaves. She comes back, walking her dog in. They sell her the dog food. It's all fine and dandy. About 3 days later, she comes in. She's got a little box in her hand with a little hole cut in the top of the lid. She walks up to the cashier. The cashier says, "Can I help you?" The old lady says, "Would you mind sticking your finger down in the hole in the top of that box?" And the lady's like, the cashier's hesitant. She says, what if there's a snake or something that's going to bite me? The old lady says, well, I can reassure you there's nothing in there that's going to harm you. So reluctantly, the cashier put her finger in the top of that hole. She drew it back real quick and goes, oh, that's disgusting. The old lady kind of smiled and says, I'm glad you agree. Now, can you sell me 2 rolls of toilet paper, please?
Oh,
All right.
blow him back up, Stella.
There you go. Yep. Now turn it back around. Like, which way did you pull it out?
I had to this way with the. I pulled it out.
Let's
I pulled
see the
it out
side under
this
your
way.
fingers.
So put it up there, barehanded, and match up the grooves. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see the shaft on one side.
Yeah. So the part on the right, put it on the left.
Yeah, stick
Instead
it
of
in
the way it
reverse how
was,
you had
yeah.
it when you pulled it out.
Yep.
See if it'll mesh up then.
Has
There
this
you
been
go.
fiddle fairy?
Put it in that way.
Put it in that way. But now
Do that, but does
what
it
I do
has
about-
to straddle that thing, it looks like.
Oh, and make sure you don't lose that spring retention.
Yeah. Sure. Hey, you ever done that, Bruce? Yeah.
1,000 times.
Yeah, me
So in
too.
other words, I turned this around. I turned that plastic part around.
No, you
No.
leave it the way it
No,
was.
We want you to
just-
turn the choker up.
Yeah, the
You
choker.
just you
butterfly.
just shove the butterfly in the other way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
so
Opposite what you pulled it out.
yep.
shove this
Just like that.
end. All right, let me try this. All right, boy.
Poor guy. Got 6 people
You
yapping
want to
at
be
him.
holding the other end.
Yeah. Not the end that looks like a McGruff bite out of a crime or something. I don't know.
Arr.
I don't see anything going on now. It's dark. Like there you go.
No, you
That's
put it in the exact same way you had
No.
it.
So yeah, turn it around. Turn it around now. That
Yeah, put the right side in the left side.
Yeah, that when all's said and done, that big knot should be in the lower left-hand corner when it's closed.
yeah.
Good boy. That's right.
There you go.
So turn it around.
Yep.
Yeah, Turner Brown.
Turn the beat around.
Hey, I remember that.
Hey,
Vicky
that's
Sue
because Hank
Robinson.
used to be a DJ. I know that. Yeah.
Yep, I remember that song. Vicky Sue Robinson, 1976.
Whoa.
Hold
Oh,
it.
close.
Hold it where we can see it.
1976.
Yeah,
the
that's
year
when
I was
that came
born.
out. 1976, right smack
Did
in the
Anita
middle
make
of
that
disco era.
popcorn?
It's still backwards. It's
Yeah. So what's going on here?
Push it
No,
in.
he's
Right.
put it in the other
Pull it.
way.
Yeah, it looks
pull
good.
it back out.
All right. So now
No, he's got it in the other way.
pull it out just a
Yeah,
tad
but see,
until
that's a
it
double on the
seats
right,
in there
single on the
correctly.
left.
Yeah, pull it out so that there's a little tip on each side of that choke shaft.
Yeah.
There's like
A
a
16th of an inch.
yeah. You'll feel it lock in. You'll feel it catch. I just did that earlier this week on a Quantum that had on an auto choker.
Right.
Somebody thought they could fix it themselves and didn't fix it right.
Yeah.
Fiddle fairy. Fiddle fairy.
Yeah, there you go. I like that, Bruce. Fiddle Fairy. I'll
That's
take
from
it.
Mick. That's Mick from Mick Small Engines in London.
Yeah, Fiddle
UK.
Fairy.
Well.
It's close.
Yeah, because you see how it lines up with that bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah,
now?
that's a breather,
Yep.
I think, in the
Yeah,
carburetor.
But
Yeah,
you
the-
need to.
That lets in a lot of air even when it's choked. Eh?
It is. I see that. So many holes in that thing.
Yeah, it looks like a piece of Swiss cheese.
But
Yeah,
the
so
thing
you should
is,
be okay now, Robert. Yep.
Tilt
But-
the
Other
motor
than
back.
that piece of plastic being broke.
Oh yeah, your little spring has to
Springs
hit.
off too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spring. Yep.
Snaps it back.
Yeah, I have to get the little tension on that bad boy. Yeah.
oh, what spring?
The spring underneath the black
On the choke.
on the
Choke.
black.
Yeah,
lever.
the thing that automatically
The little
the thing
spring
that
right there.
closes that or open.
You have to rotate it maybe half a turn.
But you need a new axle because the plastic is broke on that
Yeah,
one.
new
Yeah,
shaft.
you need to replace that plastic thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, trying to find it because I have typed
Right.
up the exact model
That-
number.
No, that
It
is
does
a
have nothing to do
regular-
with it. You
that's a
got to look up the
Brexit-
carburetor diagram.
Yep. Yep.
I'm
Oh, that's
guessing that's probably a Walbro. That's a Briggs motor, right?
Yeah, it's a Briggs.
That's probably a I don't know
It's a
what's that motor on. I can tell you whether that's a Walbro or a Nikki.
It's a Walbro.
It's a Walbro. Yep.
Yeah, I see it now. It's a
very nice
horizontal
motor.
engine.
It's that's a nice motor.
That is a really nice motor, Robert. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Don't get
thing-
rid of that thing.
So
Yeah,
in
you
other
can't
words,
find them anymore.
No.
well,
What is
I
that about?
typed-
What is that about? A 5-horse?
No, it's 8-horse
Yeah, that's
industrial
right.
plus.
What was that on?
It was on that piece of junk Troy built tiller I could not get moving to save my life. I
What?
sent it to the shop to have him work on it because the guy who had originally had it, he bought it from somebody else. He had to order a new gas tank for it. This gas tank right there, he had to order that because it didn't have the gas tank. Apparently, like I said, the thing quit running for the people and they just left it sitting outside. The guy who owned it originally, he died. Well, the wife was selling a house, so she decided to sell that tiller. So he bought the tiller, then he sold it to me. And I said, I let it sit for a long time. Now I finally sent it to the shop because it wasn't running. The guy got it running, but the engagement mechanism or something. Because this thing also had a throttle, a remote throttle on the handlebars that operated something down in here. But that one hooked up. But I looked at the engine and I said it's got that choke mechanism on the air cleaner cover. Then it's got the throttle right here.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
That's nice.
But like I said, the thing, like I said, the first time I pulled that cover off and I noticed that middle piece, I'm like, this thing ought to be opening and closing that choke.
Yeah.
Right.
It
And it
can.
wasn't
If there
doing-
ain't nothing on that
Robert.
choke, you have to touch it.
Yeah.
Robert,
Exactly. It's not
see-
touching.
You see
So-
where the piece of the choke lever broke off on the right
Yeah,
side
there was
of
a
the
little.
plastic.
There was a little.
There's a
prong that
hole
stuck
there,
up.
and if you go over to move your hand to the throttle connection right there, come back towards the right, and I come down, come back towards the choke.
Yeah.
You see somewhere right, maybe towards the right end. Well, too far. There should be something to disengage that choke whenever that throttle's in the open position.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
There should be a hole you can put a linkage in
Does
somewhere
the
there.
spring open the choke?
now see, this is the choke lever.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's choke, and then
That's
that's
right.
open.
Yeah.
Turn it over and
Right.
let me see.
You need to
So
look
that
up
flat
the
plate-
parts diagram, and it
Yeah.
will have on the parts diagram a link to the type of carburetor that it is. Then you're gonna have to go look up the carburetor diagram.
Well, that looks
I
like
would just
something
see if you just can't get a replacement carburetor for it. I mean,
Yeah.
that might be the most expedient thing because you're not going to get just the part. I can tell you that.
No.
No.
Can you see
You
the
might
bottom
just
of
want to
the
just
motor?
buy a Chinesium carb
Yep.
It
just to
looks
replace
very-
the whole
Tester,
thing.
yeah.
Or
You know what?
Stella,
To
if I'm
me-
thinking right on that particular engine, when you engage the choke shaft itself, that's actually where that thing that's actually broke, that
Right.
wasn't supposed to be a hole there. There was a little prong that stuck up, and when you
Right.
There's
push
a little
that
prong
choke
with a little
lever,
springy thing that should stick up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
when you push that choke lever over it, it touched against that little rod and closed the choke. Kind
Right.
of like what they did remember on the Hondas with the semi-auto choke, the auto release. Remember how that choke shaft
Yeah.
had that
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
prong? It was one of them deals. And then
Yeah.
when you open the choke, the spring opened that.
Mhm.
'Cause
Yeah,
see,
you're
So
right.
that was only that.
Klaus eating his popcorn.
So when you opened the
That was a
choke,
long
the spring
time ago.
opened it.
'cause see, right
I had
now,
that same motor on years ago when I worked at the rental shop. We had a Ryan dethatching machine that had that exact motor on it. That
Yep.
8-horse
They're older.
Industrial Plus.
Yep. I remember.
Why is Hank muted? Is he talking too much?
I don't know. I didn't mute him.
Maybe he's arguing with somebody.
Snoring.
Because see, like I
He's-
said,
Hank, are you talking
He's
too much?
frozen again. Now he's
No, he's not.
unmuted, but he's frozen.
Well, to me, that
no,
looks
he's moving.
okay.
No, he's
Can
moving.
I got to step in here. That
I don't know what's going on.
to me, it looks very jerry riggable.
Yeah. Somebody been in there.
Yeah, well, no, I think you should be able to fiddle with that to get that.
Oh,
lead.
yeah.
Can you get us the model number off that engine?
I think Jerry Anna's cousin been in that one.
I would fiddle with that and make a little plate and stick it on top of that black plastic.
I mean, it's all mechanical. You can figure something out.
Let me see if I can get this model number. Model. Darn it. Man.
Can't see Jack stuff.
Is it wore off?
Model number. I had a picture of this. If I try to get it close as I can with the camera.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, it's not working.
I'm getting dizzy.
I had a
It is a
picture.
nice motor, though. I like that motor.
I got that motor on my generator.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
I
like you see where the on and off switch is. It looks like a generator, don't it?
It is a generator motor. Or it looks
Yeah.
like it.
So they're kind of like spread them
It's
out
a-
back in the day.
It's a neon switch when it runs off the spark.
Yep, sure does. Yep.
I had a model number. I had a picture of this where the model number was more visible. So without my magnifying glass, I can't see.
Okay, I'm gonna go search for model number.
Is it a Tecumseh or a Briggs though?
Briggs.
It's a
Briggs.
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 A Briggs. Okay, yeah.
Starts with a 9.
It starts with a 9.
The model number, yeah.
Yep.
8-horse Briggs horizontal.
10. Is it?
Yep. Yep.
Well, if that's an 8-horse, that'd be bigger than a 9. That'd be a 19 cubic inch.
1964 32.
Was that what it says?
Well,
Yep. 19.
196432. That basically is a 19 cubic inch design series 6. The 4 stands for horizontal shaft mechanical governor. The 3 is flange mounted ball bearing.
There you go,
And
Brett.
the 2 stands for rebuild start.
Brett,
Break it
that's
out,
good.
brother.
Brett, that's
Break it
good.
out.
But look up the parts list so we can help him.
If I had a
Yeah.
parts
Okay.
thing here, I would.
The carburetor on that one is 19.6. Well, let's see. Carburetor for Briggs Stratton, 196432-1198 E1.
Give me the code number
We just
In
saw
gr-
it.
in groups of 2. Well, what did I tell you, Klaus? I can't see the pictures.
There we go.
0163.
Need to pay attention, Klaus.
0163.
Don't let him tell you again.
That's all there is
I'm
to the
eating
code.
popcorn. What do I know?
Oh no, that's the
Well, I know.
other 4 digits after the model number. I can't see
Yeah.
the code.
It shows
I mean-
that
Yeah, that
carburetor with
0163
a
Yeah, wait,
would be the
hole
pipe
in it.
number.
hole in
I-
it.
So it looks like that
Well,
carburetor.
Hold on. No, it doesn't. It's got a lever that has no hole in it. The lever is activated by that choke
Yeah.
mechanism on the shroud.
Yep, there's a
Just
prong
like
that
I
sticks up
said
on
earlier,
that.
like a
Flat
can.
plate. Yeah.
You can get
Stella.
$19.07 on
There
Amazon.
you go. Hey.
Brand new carburetor.
Yep.
2149.
That's your fix right there, brother.
Well,
Move on.
Get
Robert,
that spring reconnected.
that'll be $500.
No, get that spring.
Yeah, right.
Make sure.
Hey,
it's a-
everybody just start invoicing Robert right now.
Hey, well, Robert,
Yeah.
you got to get that returner spring back on the choke lever.
Would you look at
Yeah.
that? It's got a ratchet.
Or just order a new choke.
for
I
the
mean, a new
recoil.
carburetor.
Yep.
Oh, that
It's a
is
whole
the
new
ratchet
carburetor.
plate?
That is ratchet. That is good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Alrighty.
I'll bet that
Nah.
motor, Klaus, I'll bet that's probably mid-90s. I'll bet that's
Yeah.
when that
yeah,
Well, when they make stuff good. Yeah.
Can
and
you
now
guys
see
put-
the thing.
Can you
The
guys
thing
pick me
is
up?
also if the pull start, the actual pull start, the part that goes on here don't work, it's got notches. We actually wrap a rope around it.
Yeah, put a rope in there. Yep.
That's
Yep.
nice.
That is nice. They thought about a lot of the, it was consumer considerate back then,
Yeah.
So basically, I've got to. I'll just say this: I have my Kindle Fire tablet. So what all do I need to type in to find this particular carburetor?
It's right there on the screen.
Number.
It's right there on the screen,
Yep.
Robert.
Yep.
Look at your.
Somebody put the link in the chat, Robert. Hang on just a second.
Yeah, somebody left you a link to it, Robert.
There you go.
But you don't need a new carb, Robert. You just need.
You just need that shaft.
Yeah.
And you'll probably get
the new carb.
When you get that shaft, they'll probably give you the spring too. Sometimes they do.
Yeah, with that little, what is that called? That little bushy thing.
Yeah, the little felt bushing, and they give you that little return spring too.
That's technical.
John,
I ain't said a word. I ain't said a word.
Oh,
Good on, Gary.
Yeah.
I got a couple of those old Briggs here. Well, one's an 86 model and one's a 94 model that had the old school updraft carburetor. Remember them? Looked like the old Zenith.
The little ball, the bulb at the bottom, yeah.
Well, there's no bulb on it. It's just
updraft, yeah.
Yep, the high speed adjustment screw comes in kind of at an angle on the bottom of it.
The American Legion post. That's cool.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got one of them, a 94 model I got on a chipper, and then I got an old giant vac parking lot sweeper from 86. It's got that on it.
Yeah. And I also noticed the studs for the carburetor are those the male version torque spits.
Yeah, that's like an E5 maybe.
E5.
Yeah.
I can't remember what size socket you can put on there, but I use it on mine all the time.
I think it's like a 7/32, isn't it, Robert or Klaus?
It's only the hillbillies that uses SAE, but it's E5.
Well, then I'm as redneck as you get then.
There you go. But real rednecks, they use my script. But
no, the real rednecks take those choke butterflies out with their teeth.
I'm going to stay out of this one.
Oh, wait. I just thought about something.
Bruce, you're such a smart guy.
Hey, I got something.
I'm going to stay out of it.
I got something to say to Bruce.
I apologize for my compadres, Stella.
You said
I got something to say to Bruce. So, I was pumping gas the other day, right?
No.
And I have my sticker on the back of my truck, and they go, "Oh, you're a YouTuber, huh?" Yeah, I watched at Bruce's shop.
Really?
And I got a fender lift.
I said,
"Got you to the quick, did it?"
I said, well, I talk to him just about every week, and the guy did not believe me. I swear, he was like,
"No, got it into the live stream."
No, I'm talking about the real guy. The guy that's on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's the real guy.
I go around. My city's about 100,000 people, right?
I thought that was
around town. Nobody knows who I am, right? I've gone to Mexico, and they go, "You're that guy."
You're the guy.
Guys, I don't know how you are about it, but I hate when I don't know what to do with myself. I really don't.
When you get,
I come into the store. I know I'm asking for it because I got a T-shirt on with a logo thing.
Yeah.
I'm asking for it. They go, "Hey, are you him?" I go, "Maybe."
Yeah.
Why?
Who?
Blow your money.
did it run or not?
Exactly. I'm
All
like,
the time.
oh, and then they stop talking like they have all the time in the world. I'm like,
Right.
yeah, that's nice. I got the car running and I kind of want to, and they yabbity. I'm like, I hate this.
That was like me going to Walmart 4 or 5 years ago. Everybody wanted to stop and talk about police problems.
Yeah.
I'm in here to buy one thing. It took me 2 hours to get out of the damn store.
You know what I love doing? I love going to Walmart on a Saturday night. And all of those people walking around in big, huge, fuzzy slippers and pajamas.
Yeah.
What the hell is
Everybody's
that?
got the munchies.
Some of them even wear a bee costume.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, hold on. It's not a
You're gonna
bumblebee.
feel the
It's
Drop
sucker.
them down.
Talk
You gotta go to
to
Walmart tonight, Stella.
but I can imagine, John, that
No, I'm going to the symphony tonight.
Now, Lisa
Right.
hated it.
That was
She's
good.
like, "Oh my
See
God,
how-
we can't go anywhere without taking 2 hours
Stella,
to
you ought
talk."
to take in a
I'm sorry.
Broadway show
So
sometime.
Now
that's
it's-
what a
now it
real
happens to
Canadian
her.
does. No,
Look
a
at
real
her now,
Canadian
John.
brings
It's
it
like,
around and
hey,
back.
the last time I saw you, somebody died.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you were my mama's granddaddy's Cub Scout leader's Girl Scout cookie selling friend's wedding. I mean, funeral.
Yeah.
Baby, excuse me.
Jeez, John,
Nah.
say that 10 times fast.
What do you got
Yeah,
there,
no
Rex?
doubt.
Are those Torques?
That's the
No,
female
no.
version.
E-Torques.
Yeah,
Civilians.
yeah, that's the
E5.
female version.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Peter.
But no,
torque.
I just thought about it. I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm gonna take a picture of the front of this engine, and I'm going to go to my Ace Hardware here in Eaton and see if they can help me.
Robert, why don't you just go onto that internet thing? They have it all. Part
Yeah.
numbers, everything.
Yes.
Even bricksandstratton.com. They
Yeah.
will give you everything
Everything.
you need.
Exploded
Yeah.
versions.
Okay, if you look on, I put the model number of the engine up on comments, and I think somebody else did too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The last time
Yeah,
I
that
asked somebody,
196,
the last time I asked somebody at Aces Hardware for advice, I regretted it.
I heard that Ace is going chapter 11, no?
Well,
I
they
have not
can't.
heard that.
They're
Well,
building new stores
they-
here.
Well,
you
they
know,
can't. They can and they can't because they're all individually owned. But
Oh, yeah, they're
listed-
franchised out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Some are, yeah,
McLeod
I
here in
think they all
Canada.
are.
Well,
So-
I do live in a small town, so yeah.
Our
My
steel
Ace
dealer,
Hardware is
our
going
steel
chapter
dealer
11.
right here, like our steel dealer, used to be Pytash Tractor Sales. They've been bought up now. There's an outfit called Murphy that took them over,
I heard
but
that.
it's still the same people. But they're Kubota, Honda, Steel. I think they were dealing with Polaris. But that's where I had bought my Honda HRX, was when it was Pytash.
Yeah, because was it? There's some other. we got a tractor supply.
Good
There's
one.
some other place called
one.
Rule King. That's it now. So Bruce, all I do is type in that number that you put in chat.
That's for the engine.
The engine, but you might get more information though.
Are you just wanting a new
Yeah.
carburetor?
Yeah.
No, the
John
carburetor.
had the number for the carburetor, 6011.
But you need a piece on the carburetor.
I
Which
tried
means
to
you
put
might
the
have to buy
link
the
in
carburetor.
the chat, but it was too big. It wouldn't take it. I
To
tried
be
that
honest,
very often.
I don't think if he bought the OEM carburetor as whole, I don't think that carburetor is all that expensive.
Right.
It's
I'm just
not
gonna
like
look
that
that up.
updraft one. Those
Right.
updraft ones are a couple
Abel,
$100.
you're right,
Like
but they
20
still
bucks.
don't know anything.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
the thing is,
That's your carburetor, Robert. Write that number down. Go to Amazon. Buy
I gotta
another
go.
one.
6. Well, you can. Well, we can just put the
Just
shaft.
screenshot it, Robert.
Screenshot.
let me see.
690115. So easy to remember.
There you go. I gotta go, guys. Supper's ready.
Take
Okay,
care.
Take care, bro.
Take care, bro.
Tell
Good to
Stephanie
see
we
you.
said
Nice
hey.
chat.
Hey,
See you.
Brock.
Good to see you back here, buddy.
So you're
Thanks,
retired,
Brock.
right, Brock?
I'm
You're
waving
retired
bye.
And your wife's just got home from work and she's made supper.
No. She don't work on the weekends.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
Tell Stephanie
Good
we
one.
said hey. We don't see her much
I sure
anymore.
will. I sure
Say hi to
will.
her.
Yeah, it's chilly today. Chilly. Yeah.
Is it something you caught in the water or something you shot?
No.
No, she's making
call it
chili, so
Walmart.
we're all gonna go.
Oh,
We're all
I
gonna
was,
go to Brock's and eat tonight.
It's that 10-point. I gotta get them.
Was
This.
it roadkill?
Yeah. Yeah,
guys and Bumblebee. Who's this Ken that keeps popping in here? Who's that?
Bye, guys. I see you.
Take care.
bro.
Thank you.
Nah, Stella, I looked in the chat. I didn't see that.
See what?
Screenshot the screen,
It
Robert.
scrolled by him, Stella. That
She has it pulled up on the screen. Just
It's
screenshot
on
it.
there right now. Screenshot
I
that.
think he's on private chat. 6,
Oh
9.
yeah,
Look
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah, yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, 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 yeah,
One
yeah,
of
yeah.
you got
I got,
it.
I got it.
He's all excited now.
Did you hear how he did that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All
really
right.
cool.
I need
Boy,
more.
yeah, I got that bitch.
I ain't never
got
seen
this.
Robert that excited.
No, I'm just glad. Now, I'm gonna say something to y'all. Last week, the chat, I got a comment on one of my videos. This guy told me to shut up, quit talking about what I seen on YouTube, and talk about what I was working on. I'm like,
Ignore stuff like that.
Tell him to go
telling
There's
find
me to
haters
another.
shut up,
everywhere.
quit talking about what I seen on YouTube.
Tell him to go find another channel and get over it.
That's right. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Move on.
Because I'll reply back and say, well, I just quit coming up on panel and maybe the world will be better without me in it. And I'll send it to him. I'm like, hey. Yeah.
They said it
I
in
go-
chat.
He's not worth
I-
looking at.
Nah, he
He
sent it
ain't
to
worth
me.
losing sleep over, Robert. It's just a troll.
Sounds
Well-
like
Don't worry
something
about
Al,
it, ignore
sounds like
him.
something Al would say. Did you say that, Al?
Nah, but he sent it to me on that video I did of how I redid the bracket to hold my battery down on my GT engine.
Yeah.
How I got the bolts right. I've seen that and I'm like, you telling me to shut up and quit talking about what I seen on YouTube and talk about what I'm working on. I'm like,
I'd be like, excuse me, but you're watching this on YouTube. Look at it,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Listen,
yeah,
the best advice, just ignore them. Silence. Don't
Yeah.
respond.
Or
And
give
then
them
delete
Yeah.
the comment. You
or
don't have
give
to.
them a
Yeah.
lethal sting.
Oh, think about this. And
Make
I
a
was
combo
talking to
kit.
Stella about this a while back. Somebody was trolling me because of my hands and the fact that the way I look. They made a comment about, oh, you need to do this, and this. You shouldn't be working. That's like, I'm like, okay, thanks for your advice, Einstein. And then I kicked him off the kick. I deleted his. Now, if somebody says something that's real stupid, I'll leave it up there because I've actually had people look at his comment and roast him for it, and I just let him roast him. I'm like, okay, you just made yourself look like an ass.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just ignore them.
It is upsetting though if you're not used to it. I mean,
It is. It is.
I get it. I get it all the time. And
The
I have
thing
two. I
is-
have two
The
responses.
thing is, I will accept any person who disagrees with me. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
If yes, even you, John.
Wow.
But it's the way they say it. If it's like if they write it as a blame or ridicule, but dude, you're in my living room. Get the f out.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know.
I'll
And
take constructive
I mean,
criticism.
if I do an oil change, just an example, and somebody says, "Oh, you shouldn't use the evacuator thingy. You should drain it at the bottom." And I'm like, you know what? Draining out the bottom is just as efficient. But if you do that, you are good to go.
Oh,
Thank you.
Well, if
Yeah,
you
But
Can I
if
interrupt you guys?
somebody says, "Hey, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen," and why do you? I said, "Have fun at the basement."
can you guys see that?
Yes.
what do you got, Bruce?
What is it?
Is that the
What is
butterfly,
it?
the control arm?
Oh,
And the spring?
that's the spring. The
See
spring.
if you
Yeah.
can inflate him there, Stella. We could see. I could see that too.
Blow him up. Oh, there he is. Yeah, that's
that
the
it?
spring. That's the spring. Yeah, and
Spring
and
on
a,
the
and a
phone.
do and a doohickey. And
Yeah. The
And the
bushy thing.
shaft. Yep, that's the shaft. See,
that's the shaft.
it's got that prong I was talking about
Yeah,
right
it
there
sure
on the
is.
right.
That broke off,
Sure
eh?
is.
Klaus,
That's
that's
broke
what he's
off.
missing.
Robert, that's your shaft. Oh, hold on. That
Ooh,
came out
baby.
wrong.
Oh,
Sorry.
so hey,
Robert,
Okay.
that's the part.
Behave.
no, so
That's
That's
unusual
your
for me to say.
shaft.
no, so like the song,
I'm sorry.
no, like the song says, no, that song. She got the gold mine, I got the shaft.
Exactly.
Mm.
You
My
got
first
So
shaft.
thing is a
he'll
heck
come
for
out
that.
arches
But-
later.
But Robert, if it
I found
works,
my
who cares,
shaft.
right?
My first
Yeah.
wife was a heck of a housekeeper.
Mm. No,
Bruce,
no, Bruce. No, Bruce.
Bruce, what
The
the heck
worst
was
thing.
that?
No, Bruce. The worst thing that happens to vacuum cleaners of the old school variety was that carpet fresh. People will not that carpet fresh will clog. It clogs stuff up in them motors and they burn up real quick because it was so
It's so
dense.
fine it'll go through the filters on them.
Yep.
You said oil.
Yeah, because I said I used to have a vacuum cleaner. I worked at the Atlanta Air School for the Deaf, and I took my vacuum cleaner to work one night because the vacuum cleaner they had was a Kirby wannabe. I could run over a piece of paper 3 times. I'd have to pick it up.
Yeah.
Well, I took my vacuum cleaner to work, and I was getting dirt out of the carpet. And my vacuum cleaner used the bags, the throwaway bags. I'm like, you got to be joking.
Okay,
I
here
had
we
to
go.
go.
But I will say, I mean, we do this as fun, right? Some of us, probably not in here, but some YouTubers do it for the money and they live off it. But
Money.
Mhm.
yeah,
okay.
well, John, you're slightly behind there, but I'll help you out one day. Don't worry.
I've got
Uh,
3 or 4 videos out, and I've made no dollars.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Are we still
Here you
working
go.
on Robert's carburetor shaft?
I mean, I understand the people that live off of this, and it's important to them. But to me, I mean, if you don't respect what I put up, I'm not asking you to bow in the dirt. That's not what I mean. I mean, if you know how to express yourself in a respectful way, I have this little button, and YouTube has the most exquisite. You go in the basement, and the only one who doesn't know you're in the basement is the person who's in the basement. I love
Is
it.
you? That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So truth or dare here.
Uh-oh.
I'm gone.
Truth
Go
or
ahead,
dare.
Stella. Go ahead.
Who here?
My YouTube.
Truth or dare? Who has started an engine with no oil in it?
Me.
Me. Oops.
I think the thing to say, Stella, is who hasn't.
And about,
What did we win?
about the second rotation,
Well, here's
remember, it didn't have an oil.
here's the rest of my story. I got that mower on its side. Every time I turn the blade over, to try to see
It's
how,
squirted on you,
oil spews out of that thing. And I'm like, the hell with this. Cause already on that side, I pulled out the filler tube and just let it drain out of that side. Okay.
Yeah.
While I was doing whatever I was doing, I put it all back together. Of course, everything's together. I give it that first pull, and I have like a piece of like just wire holding down the thing, and I pull that thing, and it's like, nice first start. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! And I'm like trying to rip that thing off of the handlebars as fast as I could. Sorry, man, it happened.
I did it on tractor. That thing has been kicking me around. It was the one that caught on fire, by the way.
You guys gave me a rough time.
One of those days, right? And I've been. It was a regular Briggs flathead, and it was a good mower, but it was
They'll run for an hour without oil.
Yes,
Yours
after
might.
After 3 OF, I got it shut off.
OS, OVs?
You know what happens to me, though?
That's what I say
I've
with
just
something.
got the
Off. Okay, there we go.
Off.
I don't have the shut off. I don't have the shut off wire hooked up to the coil, and so you gotta close the choke or do something, and it's just running like crazy, and you can't turn it off.
Oh man!
But
it is scary.
Truth or dare.
Truth or dare?
Truth or dare? Yeah.
Truth or dare. Who has ever started a push mower without the blade attached to the output shaft on the engine?
Me, and my wrist hurt for 3 days when it kicked back.
Well, I will say I didn't start it because it kept kicking back, and I thought, what the hell is wrong with this thing?
It's almost like it's got a bad keyway.
Yeah,
I did that one
because
time.
you don't have any inertia to carry it over because the actual
I did that one
flywheel.
time. And that
I've got a truth or dare. Whoever put in oil without putting in the little nut at the sump.
Oh,
Oh, I've
yeah.
done
Not
that.
me.
I did that too.
Or
Not
you
me.
forget
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
Not me.
okay, how many people have been completely covered with
Who
oil
has found
because you didn't put the
1.2
dipstick in and it
liters of
sprays
oil
up
on the
like a
floor
spray
after
can
you're
in your
done?
face?
Actually, I'm kind of with Bruce there because I
Yeah,
actually did that over the summer. It was a mower that I was getting ready to, it started up. I just got it ready to sell. And I started it up. Well, I blade sharpened everything. I put the oil in it and took it outside and I pulled it over. I didn't, and it's like when I heard it start, it sounded funny.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Some
like, wait a
hollow.
minute, why is this thing so glossy looking? And look, and here the entire mower is literally just, I
Dripping
mean,
oil.
that thing was coated. And I look on the bench and there lays the dipstick. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yep.
Nah,
But
but
nah.
fortunately, it didn't run itself out. I mean, when I did check the
No, it just
oil,
makes a mess.
there
And
was
I did
still,
it right by
yeah,
the
it made
bench
a
and
mess,
basically
all right.
all my tools on the white pegboard were covered with oil and everything.
Stella is
Well, I
able in the
took the
basement.
mower outside, but
There. No, I gotta look now. I got so much other stuff up. No, there's nobody in the basement right now.
I
Nah.
did
Hey,
tell the
Martin.
boss when I came up. He goes, "Why is there oil all over that?" And I told him what I did. And I told him, well, I said, "Well, one thing about it, I said this ain't gonna rust now."
Bumblebee.
We've all done it, right? We all put on that belt on that tractor, and we got the belt on the outside of the guide. And
Right.
when we started up, it's like, hey, that's a funny smell.
That
That's
smells
a
like
fun-
rubber.
What is that noise?
Yeah, what?
Well, I
What?
had
What?
I did that on an
Hey,
MTD
did I
one
tell y'all
time.
about the
This
go
was years
kart?
ago when I worked on tractors. I missed one guide, and the tractor drove and everything, but it's like, what smells like barley burning?
Yeah.
yeah,
And then
exactly. You're like,
realized after all was said and done, and I had already and it destroyed the belt, that what I was smelling was not indeed engine, but was burning Kevlar.
Yeah.
And it was on one of those MTD belts, one of them specialty belts, which weren't cheap.
78.95 US.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It was on
I've
one of
had.
those tractors that uses two belts, for a Vera drive.
John, your
Nah.
camera is really effed up. It really is.
It is. I might have to figure this thing out. I know y'all want to
I
see my
I
lovely
think you need
smiling
to
face next
go.
time.
I think you need to go to
So
your
what I'm
buddy
hearing
and
here is
ask
that if
for a
you
new
learn by
camera.
your what I'm hearing here is if you learn by your mistakes, we're all geniuses.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Nah, I have two other truth or dares. Twice I run that engine that was on my sniper, the original engine. I didn't check the oil in it. Then I had that uphold twin on my one of my Craftsman. I didn't check the oil in it. But this is the
Robert,
kicker.
Robert, what's the truth of there?
Has anybody ever pulled a dipstick on your brother-in-law's vehicle and forgot to put it in?
Many times.
On a
Not
car?
Yeah.
exactly.
But we don't.
I was
we
very
don't. We don't
young.
talk about it.
No, I was very young, much younger than I am right now. Obviously, I looked younger. But I got up real early one morning because I think I was in college at the time. I think it was at university, and so I got up real early in the morning because I had to drive for a summer job somewhere. So I got up. I was doing the right thing. I checked my oil. It was in the dark. I was like, I'm gonna check my oil before I go, and the oil was fine. Get in the car and drive away, and then an hour and a half down the road, daylight is happening, and there's all this stuff splattered on the windshield. I'm like, what is that? So I turn on the windshield wipers, and it's just this like smear of stuff all over the windshield. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? And I pull off on the side of the road, and I open the engine, and I'm in the middle of somewhere BFE somewhere, and I am daylight, and I see that the oil cap is gone, and I'm like, oh no, I'm on the side of the road, middle of nowhere, and I had not put the oil cap back on. But what had happened was it was sort of spewing out. That was what was on the windshield. But I was so lucky because that cap sort of vibrated off and fell right into a little crevice in the engine, and it was there.
Yeah.
Guys, let
It's a
me.
good thing that didn't fall off somewhere along the road.
Exactly.
You could stick a rag in it. And you could stick a rag in it and go.
Let me take you back to the early 90s.
If
I'm
Back
at
in the
Carmen
work.
would have been with you at the
1900s.
time, Stella, she'd have been like, "What were you thinking?"
I'm at work, right?
I was your age.
Yes, and we got sent home because some idiot got arrested by the LAPD for running a gazillion lights, and I don't think they treated him as they're supposed to. His name was Rodney King,
Excuse me.
and all of LA got all in a frenzy about that. So we got sent home from work, and they told us stay on the freeway. Somebody jumps out of you, just run them over and call us later. Uh, and my car, which was an gazillion gazillion years old Honda Accord, decided that its power steering high pressure hose wanted to give up on that day.
Yikes.
So I'm on the freeway going home, all shook up about all this
Rioting.
fires and rioting and crap. And all of a sudden, there's this funny smell in the car. I'm like, okay, there's 8 miles home and it smells funny. What do I do?
Did you
Let
eat
me
chili
go.
the day before?
No,
Okay.
no, not
Mechanical
that,
smell.
not that smell. A different smell. It was
Okay.
a
Okay.
more sweet smell. I'm
Go
telling
ahead,
you,
Klaus.
this stupid car decided on the worst day ever to have a breach in the high pressure hose for the power steering. So whenever I turned,
He made it.
it sprayed out oil.
I did.
And right before I got home, the steering got a little funny. I said, "Hey, car, you really don't like me, do you?" You know, like, fuck you. You know, and I got home, and there was a puddle of oil, and apparently it was one of those parts you can only get from Honda. So $400
So
later,
you spilled oil on the ground in California.
I did.
Oh,
But it was right
Oh
in the
my
middle.
Lord!
But it was right in the middle of the Rodney King riots, so nobody noticed.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky you.
good thing.
Those people in California cry if you spill a glass of milk, let alone oil
I
slicks.
know, but
Not back then, though.
yeah.
Well, back then,
Hey,
yeah.
I'll be right back.
Whoa! Hold on. Who's the guy in that fabulous green color right down there?
Yeah, look at that. He's been on before.
That's
Yeah.
that's Abel
You know
Lot.
what, Abel? All you need is a yellow logo on
Do
it.
they call you Abe or Abel?
Abel.
Abel.
Hi, Abel. Hi,
Well,
Abel. Nice of you to
welcome
come
to
up.
the live stream.
Yeah, he's been on once before, I think.
We had
Welcome
a
to
hey, Abel
welcome,
Lock
welcome
and
to
Key
the
where I
Fix
live.
Show. We got
Speaking
John.
of live stream,
who's-
where's Mr. Ken today? I didn't even.
He's
Oh,
at a
no,
wedding.
yeah,
Noticed he
he's
wasn't
at a
here.
wedding.
I
What?
wonder why I didn't.
he's getting drunk
Stella's running
somewhere
the
in New
show.
York. You know, we can't. Yeah,
I just
exactly,
wanted
Dan. Strong and able.
Ken to be tough. Don't
2
let
more
them
minutes and I got to go mow my leaves.
don't let them people
What?
pull you down. Make your skin tough.
Yeah, man. Just ignore them.
Yeah, that's right.
On
I've been
something a
on-
little bit more
I've been
small
online
engine related,
2 days.
last weekend, pulled my leaf vacuum out to get that ready this year. Had a hell of a time getting that thing started. Pulled the bowl nut,
Aspen.
and it looked good. Now I bought the thing used. Oh God, almost 15 years ago. Never did anything to it except just oil changes, and I always am religious about.
There's your problem.
Well, I always check the oil, and I always drain the fuel.
Lack of
So
maintenance. Lack of
I
maintenance.
ended up I took the I could get it to run, but it wasn't priming right. So I thought, well, the heck with it, I'll pull the carburetor down. Carburetor looked good on the inside, but I went ahead while I was at it. New bowl gasket, cleaned the primer circuit. I even pulled that little idle pilot jet out of the side of the carburetors on a Tecumseh Enduro. Blew everything out. I didn't have to ultrasonic it. And I put everything back together, and I'm like, well, here goes nothing. I primed it 5 times, 1 pull.
Right on.
It was on one of those Enduros, which is kind of a bear to get the damn carburetor off of that when it's on one of those vacuums because you got all of the other junk in the way. And the tiniest little governor link going from the governor arm to the throttle plate on that thing, it was real small.
It is.
But got it working though. Primes it up 5 times, fired right up. I'm like, okay, it didn't run that good even when I first got this thing. But what I need for that, and I can't find it anywhere, and is the front snout for that thing. I bought it, it just has the hose on it. I want the thing you put on it so you could just push it, walk behind it. And I priced that piece out brand new. It was like a couple $100 for a piece of plastic. I'd like to find one used, but no cigar, no
Yeah, I
dice.
wonder, have any of you guys ever bought something?
Somewhere at 430?
Do what?
What's that?
Don't you have to be somewhere at 430, Stella?
Oh yeah. I mean, I got a few more minutes. If Kenny doesn't chime in here soon, I'll boot everybody off, and then I don't know.
I got a question.
And then I'll end the live stream. I don't want Kenny to wind up with a stream that just goes on and on and on. So.
Do you guys ever buy anything new?
Yes.
Me? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, my brand new Honda. I bought that. I got a brand new, bought my steel FS85 brand new, my hedge trimmer, brand new
I
steel.
buy all my cars new.
I don't.
I don't.
I do.
The hedge trimmer
Yeah.
I'd like to sell because I don't have hedges anymore.
I did buy a new leaf blower.
What?
Yeah.
Did
What'd
you
you
pay
get?
money? Did you pay money for it, Bruce?
I actually wore it out, and now I'm using a little green one from Canadian Tire.
I got a hell of a deal several years ago on a
Stella, did you see that the Prius just made a world record for across US drive most mileage?
Oh.
The new one?
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
it
see
did.
that. Interesting.
It did, yeah.
Well, there's not much to do on those things other than change the oil.
Yeah.
Rotate the tires. You do have to
replace the blade.
Yeah, replace the blade. No,
Steering once in a while.
Replace the blades.
No, you do have to flush the inverter coolant. That's not a good thing to do. But yeah, there is so little maintenance that goes on those things. It's crazy.
Anyway, I'm gonna go mow my leaves. I use my lawnmower like a sucker upper. We'll see you guys.
That's what I do. I'm gonna try that with the Time Master here in about a week.
Okay, guys.
A sucker upper. I haven't heard that one.
Say hi to
leaf sucker up.
Trudy gets one machine, I'll get another one, and then we'll have a third one ready to go so that while that
there you go.
dumping leaves, you get to use the third lawnmower.
All right.
Say hi to Trudy, okay?
I sure will. We're gonna work hard this afternoon. See you guys.
Right.
Bye, Bruce.
That was nice, you guys. We had fun.
Okay, Bruce, you have a good weekend, sir, and God bless.
Puts out pretty good content. All of you do. Enjoy it.
I mean, hey, Abel, you don't watch my videos, do you?
I try to watch whatever videos I can.
Please don't watch mine because it'll warp your ears. I speak a funny language, so don't. I don't know.
I think everybody in here that's at least up on panel anyway, I'm subscribed to.
Well, that's all right. When they commented about a hillbilly, that made me feel at home.
There you go.
I've seen another guy that I just subscribed to him, and he's definitely one of the old Southern boys. Kind of reminds you of somebody from ZZ Top. That Rayleigh Small.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I've met him.
I take every month, guys. Every month, I take an hour out of my whatever calendar I have, and I go watch YouTube channels that I haven't watched before.
Yeah, you can find some good stuff out there.
You can. I mean, some of them are really good, and Jesus Christ, some of them suck. It's not even funny how much they suck. It's like. But have you noticed that the ones that have you noticed that the ones that suck the most are the ones with the coolest intros.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, they have all kinds of.
Like it.
Yeah.
And then we get down to it. It's like, dude, you don't know how to clean a quantum carburetor, and
No.
you're showing it on YouTube. Oh my!
Well, I think a lot of people were told by some people that that's what you have to do to succeed on YouTube, and that's just not. It's not really necessary.
It's
Stella,
sad. It's sad, and it really
Stella,
is.
there's something that I do, whether I'm wrong doing this or not. If I'm doing something on my channel and I say, okay, I learned this from so and so on YouTube and it works, then I always say, and don't forget, go check out their channel. Like when I was
Yeah.
talking, there was one of the videos
Yeah.
I was talking about the GCV 160 or one of them, and I was talking about those thread all studs, and I said I learned this from the Lawnmower Lady, and it
Me too.
works.
Yeah, no, and I'll shout out other channels like that. If I get something, I'll tell people, hey man, there are very few original ideas out there. Let me tell you that. That's something to keep in mind. But no, I mean, and some stuff I know, I don't remember who I got it from, or I'll say that I'll say, hey, I learned it from somebody. I wish I remember who it was. I'd give them credit for it, but you know, no, that's.
I got to ask Abel. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do not. I do have websites, stuff like that, but
Okay.
I haven't done it.
I mean, if you ever do decide to have a YouTube channel, throw it up on here because we'll all subscribe and we'll all, you know.
Well,
so
I
feel your pain.
I'm also kind of the backstory a little bit with me. I'm also a small engine mechanic too. I actually had a mobile service shop for gas powered equipment, and I used to go and I serviced stuff like golf courses. I did work for in our city here. We had a Goodyear tire, and I did all of their air compressors and stuff like that. And I provided a mobile service, but it didn't work out as good as I wanted to get, but profit.
Thank you.
So I was doing, but I still at heart love the small engine business.
Yeah. That's good.
Somebody
That's good.
the other day asked me why I do YouTube. I said because I want to.
Yeah, I want to, and you know, I do it. I enjoy doing it. I'm a hobbyist at heart. That's what I do. So you know.
Stella, can you mute Kenny because he's having a whole lot of racket in that car?
I think so. Well, I think Kenny came on to end the live stream. So if he cuts us off any second now, you'll know what happened. But yeah, because I have to leave in about 5 minutes. So I just don't want him to have a stream that goes on forever and ever and ever.
There was one night. Robert can attest. There's one night. Arch and I were testing on his channel, and him and I did a live stream together. You know, up with StreamYard. That went on for, and Arch will tell you this. That went on for over 7 hours.